Hello all, very good evening. This is Karthik from Raj Cloud Technologies. I welcome you all to today's Azure Data Engineering Batch 3 introduction class. So let us start. Let us start with our YouTube channel. So before starting the session, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So this is our YouTube channel, Raj Informatica Real-Time Hands-On Job-Based Training. In our YouTube channel, if you just scroll down, if you can just select videos here, and if you can just scroll down, you will be able to see many useful videos on different cloud technologies. On SAP S4HANA and FICO, Informatica Power Center, Snowflake, Generative AI, AWS, Azure Data Engineering, GCP, okay, cyber security, and many other technology videos are available in our YouTube channel. Just visit our channel once. So if you like our content, like the videos, comment on them and subscribe to our channel so that you'll get all updates whenever we upload a new videos. You'll get all updates if you subscribe to the channel. So I can see someone is texting that like my voice is low. Is it same for everyone? Is it same for everyone? Okay, thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, Santosh, can you please check from your end? So I think there is some audio issue from your end itself. Okay, please check it out. Yeah. So yeah, this is about all our YouTube channel, and I have shared the YouTube channel link as well with you, so that like you can just subscribe to our channel. You can see here almost like we have 35.9K subscribers, and more than 440 plus videos are uploaded here already. Okay, so please subscribe to our channel for more updates. And we have a website as well. This is our website, razinformatica.com. Okay, so this is our website. Initially it was Raj Informatica, so we are delivering only Informatica classes at that time, but now we are offering a many cloud technologies as well. So we changed our institute name from Raj Informatica to Raj Cloud Technologies. You can see at left top corner, you can see this, Raj Informatica is now Raj Cloud Technologies. Okay, so this is the new name of our institution, and this is the home page. If you just scroll down a bit, you will be able to see what and all the courses that we are offering here in Raj Cloud Technologies. We are offering Generative AI program, React.js, AWS Data Engineering, Azure Data Engineering and Databricks, Snowflake in the combination of dbt and ADF, Informatica Power Center, Informatica Cloud, Artificial Intelligence with Machine Learning using Python, Cybersecurity, Microsoft Power BI, GCP, SAP S4HANA and FICO training, Python full stack development, Python for AI and ChatGPT, Salesforce, and AWS and DevOps. These are the trainings that we are offering at Raj Cloud Technologies. Very soon we are going to launch a few more trainings as well. There are Informatica products, Informatica IDQ, CDQ, MDM, and MDM SaaS. All four together we are launching at once. So mostly by this weekend or like in the next week, starting like by Monday, you can see the new courses updates in our YouTube channel and here as well, and in our website too. Got it? Yes. So if you just scroll up, you can see a section called upcoming free live sessions. So here we will be mentioning whatever the free classes that we are offering on different technologies. All these links will be available here in this section. That is Azure Data Engineering. That is today's session. You can see here today's session at 7 p.m. on 7th of August. On 7th of August at 7 p.m. we have session. In the same way, tomorrow we have Snowflake, and on 11th we have SAP. Okay, to register for these programs, you can just click on join now. You can just click on join now, and you can just fill your details so that you'll get the Zoom link to your mail ID directly. Got it? Yes. So apart from the courses, we also provide like many other informations in our website, like interview questions, materials, internship programs, and many more. Okay, so keep browsing our website for more information. Keep browsing our website for more information. I have shared the website link as well in the chat. Okay, now let's get into the Azure Data Engineering one. Okay, so in the courses section, you can see Azure training here. You can see Azure training here. Just click on the Azure training. Now you will be able to see the complete information about Azure Data Engineering and Databricks training here. Got it? Yes. This is the complete information about the Azure Data Engineering and Databricks program. What and all we are going to cover here, the technologies that we thought, and the course unique features, certification that we are going to cover, okay, course curriculum, and what you will be learning at the end of the program. Okay, So, and about your trainer. Okay, so all this information you will be able to see in this page, and about the course structures, fee structures, and everything also you can see here. Okay, before handovering the session to the trainer, I just like want to give you some more introduction about the program clearly. Okay, so we have designed this program for 4 months. The Azure program is designed for 4 months. The first 2 months will be delivering Azure Data Engineering, and the next 2 months will be delivering Azure Data Bricks. Okay, so this is a completely 4 months program. In Azure Data Engineering, what and all will be covering. In the Databricks, what and all we are going to covering. Everything you are going to learn, everything you are going to know in next 30 minutes. In next 30 minutes. Okay, I'll just give you the some more introduction about this program and how the classes will be and everything. Then I'll hand over the session to trainer. Okay, so this course duration is 50 plus days that you can block your 2 months program for this Azure Data Engineering. And this course duration is 2 months and fee will be 20,000 rupees. And the course fee will be 20,000 rupees. And the timings of this program is evening 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST, 4 days in a week. Okay, 4 days in a week. That is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so 4 days in a week we'll be having classes on Azure Data Engineering. The class timings are 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST. In this program, we are going to deliver 4 real-time projects on data factory, Synapses and Analytics, Databricks Basics, and also the latest tool from Microsoft called Fabric. On all 4 tools, we are going to deliver 4 real-time projects here. Okay, each and every session is a live and interactive session where you can unmute yourself and you can stop the trainer any time to ask your doubts and you can get cleared as well. Got it? Yes. And the new batch is starting from today. The first 2 weeks, we will be having alternate days classes. Okay. After 2 weeks, we'll be having a continuous 4 days classes in a week. Okay. I'll be explaining more about the discount and everything. There is some special offer is available. If you can stay till end of the program, so that you're going to get some discounts and you're going to get some best price of this program, so that you can plan for your enrollment. Got it? Yes. So before just like hand over the session, I just like wanted to know all your names and WhatsApp numbers so that I can add you to the Azure Data Engineering and Databricks real-time project WhatsApp group, and I'll be sharing the today's meeting recording as well. These 2 things I'll be sharing with you today. So just submit your name and WhatsApp number. Name and WhatsApp number here in the chat, so that you will be added to the WhatsApp group, and also you are going to get today's session recording as well. These 2 things I'll be providing to you. Okay, we'll just take a sharp 1 minute break. Okay, and then we'll start again. I'll hand over the session to Pranav. Okay, yeah, please keep sharing your names and mobile numbers. Yeah, I can see like many people are from different countries. So if you are like from a different country, please share with country code. Please share with country code as well, so that it helps us to get your WhatsApp number. Okay. I can see still people are sharing your contacts. Yes, you can keep sharing, and I'll be handovering the session to the trainer now. Okay. So you can keep sharing. Okay. The chat will be open itself, and I'm going to provide you the unmute access as well. Okay. So that like you can ask your doubts, like whatever you have. And yeah, you can keep sharing the contact numbers. Still, if someone is not submitted your contact numbers, yes, you can keep sharing. Abhishek, over to you, please.
Um, Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm sharing my screen. All right. Uh, all right. Let's start. So, thank you so much, everyone, for joining the today's masterclass organized by Raj Informatica. Let's start the masterclass. I will first start with my introduction. Hello, everyone. I am Abhishek Agarwal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure Data Engineer. I am having 8 years of experience working in Azure Cloud Technologies. I have done my graduation from an IT Raipur in 2016, and 1 to 2 years I have worked in data analysis or data science domain. And after that, I was working in one of the consulting firm where I got a project for data engineering, and since then I started working in data engineering work, data engineering, Azure data engineering particularly from past 8 to 9 years now. And I started the teaching journey during the COVID time, where I started helping the my friends who were looking for a job because they got fired or they got laid off. So I started finding, I started helping them, and then I started teaching like the project which I have done in my company, and then they were using those project in their company and started getting jobs. And then I basically one students became two new students, and then I two students became six students, seven students, 10 students, right? Then I started doing it as a part-time job, right? And taking batches, right, where I can help a couple of students or a couple of people together to do or implement the projects. And I contacted Karthik for that, and then we basically I started teaching here so that I can focus on teaching, right? That is what I do, right? That is what I do as a part-time. I'm working in Aldi Sud in Germany as a Azure Data Engineer right now. You can check out my LinkedIn profile to go through the projects which I have done and all of that. Yeah, so this is pretty much about me. Now, before coming to before starting the master class, let's try to understand that what are the general question which you might have, and I will try to answer those question. And I am not taking this master class for the first time. I am teaching, as I told you, that I am teaching from past 2 to 3 years now. So I already know what questions you might have. So I will try to address all of these questions, and then if you have any new question which is in your mind, you can type in the chat, and I will try to address that question as well. Okay, but I will try to cover all the general question which people might have before joining our course or before registering for the course, right? And if you want to move to Azure Data Engineering, what are the general question you which you might have? So I will try to address those questions anyways. Okay. So I will just try to share all the questions with you, and then we'll go through the one by one every question. All right. So whenever people come to our master class, right? So these are the general question which people have. Okay. Sometimes I will start from the beginning, right? So people have a question about I don't know what is cloud. Okay. Like I'm not aware what is cloud, first of all, right? So can you help me to understand what is cloud? Okay. Now, sometimes people have a question about that, hey, I understood what is cloud, but now there are many cloud player in the market. We have AWS, we have GCP, we have Azure, we have like other clouds as well. So why I should go for Azure, or I am just confused what to choose, right? Now, sometimes people are clear about that, but they don't know, hey, in cloud you have DevOps, you have MLOps, you have data engineering, you have data analysis, right? So what is data engineering? I don't know about that. Okay. So can you help me to understand that? Now, once they understand data engineering, they have a question about that I am eligible or not, right? So like uh, for this data engineering, I am from Power BI background. Can I learn data engineering? I am from Informatica background. Can I learn data engineering? These are the questions which you might have, or how I can learn, right? That kind of a question. Now, if you understand that, now you might again ask me that, hey Abhishek, I can understand, I based upon my profile, is it's suitable or not, that I can understand. But now, like, I have a career gap, I am a fresher, I am 10 years of experience guy, right? Is it like, can I switch? Is it doable, right? That kind of a question which you might have, which I will also try to answer. Now, after understanding all of this, you might have a question about Abhishek, like I understood all of this, but now for data engineering, coding is required or not? Like Python is required, SQL is required, how much it is required, that kind of a question. So we'll try to cover up those questions as well. Now we will understand everything, and after that you understood that, hey, what is the roadmap and everything, right? Then now you have sometimes the question about, I understood whatever you are telling Abhishek, but tell me how we will do project, right? Where we will practice projects, right? And then how we can use this project to basically switch in real time, right? That kind of a question which we will go through. Now, sometimes people understand everything and they have a question about, Abhishek, I understood like cloud, I understood data engineering, I understood I am a good fit or not, right? I also understood based upon my experience how much I should learn. I also understood coding is required or not, right? But now tell me how you will help me for cracking interviews. Okay, so like learning a separate part, interview cracking a separate part, but tell me how you will help me to crack the interview. I want to understand that. So how we will crack, how we'll approach the interview, how we'll crack the interview and all of that, right? Now, in the end, if somebody is here for some sort of a course, then Karthik will help you to get the core, get registered for the course and all of that, right? So we will do that and we will give some offer so that you can do some enrollment as well. So we will talk about all of these topics, right? And if you have some questions which basically is been not covered here, you can anyways type, right? But these are the general question which you might have, which we'll cover anyways. So Chanakya told that how many years of experience we can put with 3 months course, how to get real time knowledge, like person who is really working on the project. Is it possible to survive this 4 months knowledge? Please explain the yeah. So this, like, I already, whatever Chanakya told, I already written all of this question, and all of this question is will be addressed anyways, right? And if any question is there in the end, you can ask us. Okay. So let's follow this particular pattern in which we will start from the beginning, right? And then we will cover up all the topic one by one. Okay. So this is the flow we will follow, and then we will be able to understand everything. So first of all, we'll start with why cloud, what is cloud, right? And then we'll start why Azure. Then we'll understand why and what of data engineering. Then we will understand who can learn and who is the right fit for that, right? And then we will learn coding is required or not, right? Then we will learn tools we need to learn what is the roadmap. Then we will learn where to practice or how we'll practice the interview, and then all of those questions, right? And then in the end we will discuss about salary you can expect or like certification you can do and all of that, right? So let's start with first question of why cloud, what is cloud, and why Azure only, right? So let's try to understand that now. Okay, so what is cloud? Why cloud? So let's try to understand with um, very simple terms, right? So now, like, um, what is cloud? Basically, first of all, why cloud is important. So suppose back in 2016 or 2000, when I was in college, I was using CDs, DVDs, pen drive to store my data. Now I no longer use them. Reason being that whenever my pen drive is full, I need to go to the market, purchase a new pen drive. If my pen drive is lost, I will lose all the data, right? If my pen drive is corrupted, all of my data will be lost, right? All of that issues are there. So I prefer to upload the data in Google Drive or any storage so that I can easily share the data. I can easily increase my storage capacity, and then it won't be lost. Reason being, it will be taken care by the cloud service provider anyways, right? So every individual is moving to the cloud, and then all the companies are moving to the cloud because of disadvantages. Pay as you go, easy to handle, data loss and recovery, upgrade is very easy, easy to collaborate, implementation is very easy, all of that, right? Implementation is very easy. Reason being that whenever you want to opt for something, you can go to the cloud purchases rather than going to the market and then taking that hardware, storing it somewhere, keeping it with you. That gives the overhead. So as every individual is moving to the cloud, every company is also moving to the cloud because of these advantages. Okay. Now, what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you are not using your computer, you are accessing someone else's computer, you're paying for it. Just like you used to go to the internet cafe in the past, and I used to go to the internet cafe in the past to basically opt for some sort of a service, and I used to pay for them, pay them for 20 rupees an hour or whatever it is, right? So here also you're doing that. You are basically using you are paying Microsoft or Amazon or GCP for that. So the practice of using a network of remote server hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data rather than your local computer, that is what the cloud computing is. Okay. And now, like somebody was also saying which cloud is, so I'm regularly checking the chat anyway. So which cloud is good? I used to saying AWS. So every person has different opinion, right? I will tell you my opinion going forward why Azure is better. But anyways, it's all the cloud is good if you learn, right? That is anyways there. But we will try to understand from my perspective how Azure is better, and then anyways, like all the cloud is good in general if you try to learn the cloud and try to switch. All the cloud has a good opportunity anyways. Okay. So now, what is cloud computing? We understood, right? In a very simple terms, I will not go into too details because for the cloud computing itself, I can talk about like 1 hour, 2 hour, right? But I will not go into too details. I will touch topics, give some introduction, and I will move. Okay, so that we can wrap up things quickly rather than going into one topic in a very detailed manner because we need to cover many things. So now we understood what is cloud, right? But now, if I understood what is cloud, right, let's try to understand in the cloud. There are different clouds, right? So there is Amazon as well. There is a GCP as well. There is like Azure cloud as well. So like which cloud is good and how it is good, right? So let's try to understand that now. So now, like in general, right? In general, as a data engineer, selecting the cloud platform is crucial, right? But while AWS and GC is a powerful like platform, anyways, so the I feel Azure has some advantages, which I will tell you what are the advantages it has, right? So now suppose like I am in this particular Azure data engineering field from past 8 to 9 years, as I told you, after I graduated, I am working in this particular field and constantly working in this particular field, right? And in India, I try to switch many jobs, right? From different salary bracket to 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. I basically try to switch like when I graduated, it's not like I started with very fancy package, right? So some people start with very fancy package. I started with like some sort of package of around below 5 LPA kind of a package, and then I slowly scaled up my profile and then moved to different salary bracket. Now, whenever you want to switch, there is a struggle, right? So suppose it's not like you apply the job and then you get a job, right? So there's always a struggle. But um, what is important is you can like show your skill set only and only if you basically getting interview calls, right? So that if you're getting an interview call, then also there is an opportunity, and then you can grab that opportunity, right? So suppose if you are working in some sort of a technology which is not getting an interview call itself in the first place, you cannot like switch, right? And that I was able to do in India, two different salary brackets, right? And when I wanted to move myself from India after COVID, when everything opened up, I wanted to move to a any like a different market, like a foreign market, to explore different things, right? So when I wanted to move my profile to different place, I started applying in Dubai. I also started applying in European market. I started applying in Singapore, right? And I was getting interview calls, and and then I was able to land a job in Germany directly from India. It's not like I came here for some college university and then I got a job, right? So then I was able to explore like and then get a job accordingly as well, right? So there is a market for Azure across India, and also if you want to move yourself from India to abroad countries, and if you're already living in Europe, you have a potential like you can basically switch job as well over there as well, right? Now, why it is one of the reason, right? Why I feel that Azure has basically given me opportunity. That is why it's good, because I can, if I can do it, if many people I am teaching who are also coming and learning Azure, there is an opportunity anyways. That is why people are coming and learning it. And at the same time, Microsoft has a very good ecosystem, right? In corporate world, they have good products which every company uses, right? So suppose they have Teams, they have Office, they have Excel, they have many good product which every company uses anyways, right? So it gives them the chance to market their product, right? Market their product. Suppose if you see Amazon, if you see GCP, they have also a good product, but they not like day to day used products which is used in corporate environment, right? So suppose in my company, I don't use any product which is offered by Amazon as day to day job like Teams or SharePoint or Excel or whatever it is, right? But when you see and go to Amazon itself, they build everything in house, but they also use Excel in some ways. In some of the team, they use Excel because they have a very good Microsoft like product which they offer. That gives Microsoft an advantage to market Azure in general. Okay. And at the same time, the Azure is investing, or Microsoft is investing heavily in OpenAI, which also gives them a edge, right? And at the same time, they have a good security policies. They have good the hybrid cloud integration. Then they have a good pricing, right? So we have like I have different points about it, but in general, if I talk about it, these are the major points, right? Now, when it comes to like when it comes to the future of Azure, right? So Azure has a good market share, uh, high number of like demand, and people are offering good salary as well at the same time, right? As I told, that innovation and investing in AI things, right? So all of those things are also there. And you can also go to the naukri.com, right? And then you try to see that whether you have an opportunity of not of Azure data engineering, and then you can basically search it and then understand that also you can do, right? So if you go over here, you can see the job, you can see different profile, you can see different location in which you have the job available. Azure data engineering, you can type data factory, you can type Azure Data Bricks, and then you can basically see the different job openings which is present, right? So you can see over there as well, right? So there is an opportunity for different profiles from fresher to 5 years to 10 years, and that is why it's basically um, um, uh, that is why I feel Azure has a edge. But as I already also told, that if you prefer to, if you feel that yeah, AWS is good or all of that, right? You can anyways learn that as well. But these are the my points in favor of Azure. Okay. Now, I suppose now probably you understood already that hey, what is cloud, right? And why Azure is better, right? But now suppose if you tell that hey Abhishek, I understood what is cloud. I also understood why Azure is better in some ways, right? But now can you explain me that hey, in cloud, right? If I am targeting data engineering, what are the things I should learn, right? So let's try to understand that now. Okay. So over here, if you see, I will try to explain data engineering is very in a very simple terms, right? So suppose Karthik is basically handling Raj Informatica, right? And he has different um, like centers, right? In Bangalore, he opened some sort of admin center, right, where he manages people to manage his company. And at the same time, he has some center in Mumbai as well, in Hyderabad as well, to serve students across different places. And in all the places, he's storing data, right? So he has some IT employees who is helping him to store data. In some places, he's storing the data in SQL Server. In some places, he's storing the data in SharePoint. In some places, he's storing the data in Oracle, right? So he's doing that in 2 to 3 years. It went 2 to 3 years, 4 years went, right? And now he came to me. He said that, hey, Abhishek, like I'm storing the data in different places, in different data centers. Now I want to understand that which course is more in demand, or I also want to understand like the age group of my students, right? And I also want to understand that hey, what is their profile in general, right? So that I can understand whether they belong from SQL, whether they belong from Python, whether they are from admin, whether they are from Power BI, or I can just want to understand general audience, right? And to do that, he needs to collate the data at one centralized place to analyze this data, right? So I told Karthik, hey, Karthik, you can just move the data at one centralized place and then you can analyze the data. So he said that it's basically very difficult for me because every day I need to do it. And like whenever I do it manually, right? So suppose it's hectic job, right? So I want to set up some automated process so that it can be done automatically. And then at the same time, I want to analyze the data, right? I want to basically make a dashboard in which I can understand what are the top profiles are there, which courses we are selling more, right? All of that I want to analyze. So I told Karthik it is a standard data engineering problem in which you want to do extract, transform, and load, in which you want to extract data from different source system, put it in a centralized location, which is a cloud storage. And after that, you want to analyze the data. That is what you want to do. So this is a standard data engineering problem in which you want to do extract, which is like moving the data from point A to point B, then doing the transformation, then doing the analysis. So in overall workflow, data engineering job will be extract, transform, and load. That is what the data engineer will do. Okay. Data analyst will basically try to use the data provided by data engineer to analyze it. So data engineering is extract, transform, and load. That is what the data engineering is. Okay. Extract means moving the data from point A to point B, loading it at one particular place, then transforming it so that it is made in a form that it can be analyzed, right? So that is what the data engineering is: extract, transform, and load. Okay. Now, these are the different roles for data engineer: analysis, developing ETL pipeline, making data marts, monitoring data pipelines, checking data quality, making sure code quality is good, optimizing for cost, enhance the performance of the pipeline, implement the data governance, make data lineage graph, documenting the overall flow. What is not data engineering? Building ML reports, creating dashboards, managing CI/CD pipeline, front end application, writing code, or managing like web development, mobile development, or infrastructure security. So data engineering job is not making CI/CD pipeline or admin or security or Power BI report. All of that is not data engineering. But as a data engineer, you will work closely with these people. Okay, so you will work closely with a person who will make reports, right? You will basically serve them. You will they will be like, you will be giving them the data and then they will analyze the data. That is what you will do. So always and always a data analyst will come to you and say that, hey, this is the data which I need to analyze. Can you arrange the data for you, for me, right? So my job as a data engineer is to get the data from somewhere, hand over to this data to him so that he can basically go and analyze that data. That is what he will be doing. Okay. So data engineering is extract, transform, and load. That is what the data engineering is. Okay. Now like to learn data engineering, right? What are the tools which is important, right? So to learn data engineering for extraction purpose, we use Data Factory, Synapse Analytics. For transformation purpose, we use Databricks, SQL Stored Procedure, ADF flows, ADF data flows. And for storage, we use a data lake or we use a SQL server in general, right? So this is a commonly used tools and technology which is being used in the Azure cloud world, right? So these are the tools you should focus on. Okay. Now, let me also show you, right? So these are the tools which is important, right? So Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, Data Lake, SQL DB, DevOps. These are the tools which is very, very important. You should focus on learning these tools. Okay. When you are starting, right? When you're starting, you should learn all of these tools, which is important enough to focus on. And mainly you should focus on Data Factory, right? Which is a data movement or a orchestration tool for moving the data from point A to point B. Databricks and SQL DB, right? So here you basically move, and then here you transform, here also you transform. And then Synapse Analytics is built on Data Factory, right? So you can easily, once you learn Data Factory, you can work with Synapse Analytics as well. And there is a Fabric tool. So if you learn Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, you can also work with Fabric anyways, right? But you should focus on these two tools rather than focusing about everything, right? You can learn everything as well, but it's like you just learn two to three tools and then you understand similarity between other tools, right? Because Microsoft will not launch Fabric or Synapse Analytics or different tools, which makes the life of the people who are already working in Data Factory. So previously, Microsoft started with Data Factory, and then it launched Synapse Analytics. So people move, some of the people move from here to here, but people are still using Data Factory. Then they launched Fabric as well. So some people from Synapse move to Fabric, but those are not heavily used. What is heavily used is Data Factory, Databricks. So that is heavily used because it's old, and then people are like using those tools in the production environment. So you should focus on Data Factory, Databricks, and SQL DB. Okay, so this should be your focus first. All right, so now let's try to summarize, right? So if I try to summarize, I started with cloud, right? What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're accessing someone else's computer, right? Then we basically touched upon that, hey, why Azure? Because it is heavily investing in OpenAI, and then They offering very good tools in corporate world. Then what is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but data migration, data processing, which is extract, transform, and load. Now, what are the tools you should focus on? You should focus on Data Factory, Databricks, and SQL DB, right? I can tell you 10 more tools, but I don't want to confuse you, right? When you're starting, you should focus on very important things rather than focusing on many things, which will confuse you anyways. So you should focus on Data Factory, Databricks, and then SQL DB. Okay. All right. So uh, now, like, let's try to understand that if you are right person to learn these tools or not, right? So let's try to understand that. So you understood what is cloud, you understood why Azure, you understood data engineering. Now I will try to help you that, hey, if Ramesh is there, right? This Ramesh is basically, his profile is good enough to learn data engineering, right? So let's try to understand that. So these are the common people who generally come and learn data engineering. Okay. So if you are a Power BI developer, or if you are an Informatica expert, or if you are a from SSIS developer, if you are a data analyst, if you are an admin person, then these are the general people who come and learn data engineering. If you're from mainframe development, right, then people also come and learn data engineering, right? And why from all of this profiles people are coming and learning data engineering? Because these are the legacy systems, right? And that is why people are coming and learning data engineering, right? Power BI is still being used, but Power BI is also getting integrated with Fabric, and then Power BI developers are also feeling that they should learn backend of it, right? So these are the general people who come and learn data engineering. And there is another group of people who are basically from sales background, from marketing background, and then they want to get a technical job because they can get a good hike, or they don't want to like go to office daily, or there are some sort of like advantages in technical jobs, so they want to move to a technical profile as well, right? So these are the general people who come and learn data engineering, right? And all of these people can learn data engineering, right, in different ways. Okay. And I will tell you, I will help you to understand what are the different ways. Okay. So how, based upon your profile, how you can choose and how you can learn, right? That I will try to help you. All right. But just to answer, everybody can learn data engineering, but the way of learning can differ. Okay. And we will understand how that particular way of learning can differ. Okay. All right. Now, we understood, right? So I'm coming to this particular point in which we understood that what are the tools important? The tools important is Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, right? So these are the tools which is important, right? Now let's try to understand what are these tools and what it basically does, right? So suppose when it comes to Data Factory, it is a data orchestration tool. It is a data movement tool, right? So in Data Factory, you can move the data from point A to point B. That is what you can do. So if I open Data Factory, if I open Data Factory, if I open this, if I select this, if I open this, right, then I can paste my copy data activity and I can move the data. So I can select my source, I can select my sink, and I can move the data. So suppose over here, I will just try to relate. So suppose over here, I want to move the data from SharePoint to cloud storage, right? So I can just select my source as SharePoint, right? Build the connection over here, right? Build the connection, create a connection properties, right? And connect to SharePoint. And then I will connect to the cloud storage, which can be a data lake. I will connect to that and I will move the data, right? So here, if you can see, we are not writing any code. Here you don't write code. Okay. So suppose the people who are from sales background, from marketing background, from any sort of a background can come and learn Data Factory. Reason being that you basically don't write any code here, right? Some basics of very basics of SQL is required, which anyways will be taught like guys, please don't play with the screen. Request. All right. So we will be teaching Data Factory, right? And you can start with Data Factory in which you don't need to write any code. Okay. Now, when it comes to like Data Factory is a tool where is a no code machine, right? So Data Factory here, you don't need to write any code, and you can build pipeline. You can move the data from point A to point B. That is what you can do. So anybody who is from sales background, from marketing background, or any sort of a background can start with Data Factory to understand in general that how to migrate the data, how to move data, how to do data migration. Okay, and in the side you can learn SQL, right? So we have different courses in which we teach SQL as well. We give SQL as a complementary course, right? So you can probably take that as well, right? That is what you can do if you don't know SQL. One second. All right. So now we understood that, hey, what does the Data Factory do? Data Factory is a data migration tool in which you can migrate data from point A to point B. That is what you can do, right? Now, when it comes to SQL DB, SQL DB is a basic SQL like database where you can write SQL query and then try to transform data. So here in the SQL database, you can just create some SQL databases and then you can transform the data. That is what you can do with SQL DB. Okay. All right. Now, when it comes to Databricks, right? Databricks is basically built on Spark. Okay. What is Spark now? Let's try to understand what is Spark. Okay, so what is Spark? Spark is basically a distributed computing framework, right? So suppose when you have huge amount of data, right? So you generally process data in SQL DB, right? So people used to process data in SQL, right? A relational database. But when you have a huge amount of data, instead of processing the data in the one machine, you rather divide the data and process data in different machine, which is a distributed computing framework. Okay. So here you have a problem and then you have a master node which divides the data into different worker and then processing happens rather than suppose 2 minus 2, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1. Very simple, like very simple to understand, but it generally doesn't happen in this particular manner. But in general, conceptually, it happens in this particular manner that you have a problem statement. It will be given to different workers and then processing happen, which is faster. Suppose if I have a box of coin to count, I will distribute data different. I will distribute the coin into my different people so that the count will happen faster, right? So that is what Spark does. Now, Spark, basically Databricks is built on top of Apache Spark itself, right? So suppose Databricks, here you can see that Databricks is a software company cloud. So the Databricks itself is created by creators of Apache Spark itself. Here you can see that Databricks is a company created by creators of Apache Spark. So first we created Spark, which is a distributed computing framework, which is an open source framework. And top of open source framework, they build a tool which is Databricks, which helps to host Spark, which helps to basically create all the virtual machine in Databricks, right? And it is now that Databricks is opted by different companies. So you have Azure Databricks, you have GCP Databricks, right? And then you have AWS Databricks as well, right? So if you learn Databricks, if you learn Spark, you can ideally, that Spark knowledge can be used in Databricks, can be used in Glue as well, can be used in Fabric as well, can be used in Synapse as well, right? So the Spark knowledge can be used everywhere. And if you learn Databricks, that knowledge can be also used to work in all the different cloud, right? So that is what you can do. That is why Databricks is important. In Databricks, you can ideally do many things. You can do distributed computing, so you can process big amount of data, and you can understand that nowadays the data is increasing on day-to-day manner in a huge volume, right? So that is why learning Databricks might be helpful for you. Okay, so suppose over here Here you can see that I can do SQL processing as well. I can do data engineering. I can do AI and ML as well. So there are many things you can do in Databricks, which basically helps and enable people to do data engineering, data analysis, and also ML data science as well at one stop solution, which is Databricks. So that is why Databricks is important to learn. Okay, for distributed computing, right? Now let's try to summarize. Okay, so suppose we understood what is cloud, right? We understood which cloud is good, right? Azure cloud is good because of this advantages. We understood what is data engineering. Data engineering is generally extract, transform, and load. And what are the tools important to learn? Data Factory, Databricks, and also SQL DB, right? These are the tools which is important to learn, right? For Data Factory, you don't need any coding, right? For SQL DB, you need some SQL understanding, right? That is what you need. So if you know SQL, right, you can anyways work with SQL DB. That is what you can do. Then Databricks important. Here in Databricks, you can write Python code. You can also write SQL code. You can also write R code, right? So suppose if I go and search Spark, because Databricks is built on Spark. Here you can see that Spark you can write in Python, in SQL, in Scala, in Java, in R. So if you know any sort of a language, if you know SQL, then also you can work with Databricks. If you know Python, that also you can learn work with Databricks. But you should know one of the programming language. Either it can be SQL or it can be Python. But if you, the main language which we generally use is SQL and Python, right? That is what we use. So, but if you know SQL, then also you can work with Spark. If you know Python, that also then also you can work with Spark. When you write SQL code in Spark, you write Spark SQL. When you write Python code in Spark, you write PySpark. But in general, Spark, how Spark was the same in both of them. Okay. All right. So just to summarize everything, all of that is probably clear for you, right? Now let's come over here, right? So now let's try to understand that, hey, this Ramesh guy, how he can approach. For example, this Ramesh, if he doesn't know coding, he probably start with Data Factory. If he knows coding, then he can start with Data Factory and also Databricks, right? Or SQL DB, right? Depending upon what he knows, right? Now Ramesh asked that, hey Abhishek, can you tell me that, hey, I am a fresher, so how should I start? If I have 5 years of experience, what should I learn? Or if I have 10 years of experience, what should I learn? So let's try to understand that now, okay? And to cater that, we have different courses which you can also opt for, okay? So like now if I go to this website, our website, okay, so suppose over here you can see that we have the courses around data engineering, we have the courses around Databricks, we have the combined course as well. So let's try to understand why they have three courses and how this Ramesh person can choose courses, right? Let's try to understand. So now Azure Data Engineering, which is a course which is designed for the people who are new to Azure, right? So suppose if you are new for Azure, if you don't have any understanding about data engineering in general, right? So you can go and learn Azure Data Engineering course, which is made for the people who are new in Azure cloud world, right? And here we will be teaching you Data Factory, we will be teaching you Databricks, we will be teaching you Synapse Analytics, we will be teaching you Fabric, right? But we will focus mainly on Data Factory because this is the tool made for everyone who doesn't know any coding as well or who's know basics of coding, right? So we will mainly focus on Data Factory, and then we will try to like learn some basics about Databricks or Synapse Analytics or do small project to understand that, right? So this is the starter course which you should go for. Okay. Now what are the things we will cover in this? One second. So what are the things we will cover in this? So suppose if I open, all right, it's not opening, but I will try to cover in some other ways. Give me a moment. Uh, 1 second, guys. All right. Sorry for that. All right. So let's try to understand this, right? So what are the things we will cover in data engineering? We will be focusing on data factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, SQL DB, and then DevOps, right? All of this will focus on. We will learn for 2 months. We will do 3 real-time projects in 2 months, right? Now, sometimes you have a question about, hey, Abhishek, how you will do 3 real-time projects in 2 months duration of time? Because in the company, you basically learn this three real-time projects in 2 years or 3 years. How it is possible? Because every day we are learning different things here. Rather than in the company, you basically do projects like you first of all try to finalize the architecture diagram, then you try to finalize the problem statement, then you try to find out the data, then you try to like build a project by exploring it, by learning it. But here everything is figured out, right? I know everything, right? And I will be teaching you that, right? And then you can replicate that in your environment. So I will be teaching you A to B or B to C. Then I will give you some scenarios to practice from A to D. So that's why it is doable in fast manner, right? And then we will learn about Azure basics. We learn about Azure fundamental. We learn about data factory in general. We learn about all of this monitoring activity, DevOps, Key Vault, data modeling, which is a SQL DB stuff, right? And then we will focus on data factory in general, full load, delta load, and then we will do first project, right? So this is how you ideally do it in the company as well, right? In the company, how you build project. Somebody will your manager will tell you that, hey, you need to migrate the data, and then you try to figure out how to do the migration, right? That is what we will do. I will first tell you the problem statement, and then we will do project by we will class by class we'll do the project, and then we'll build the project. And then these are the things you will cover up from the Databricks standpoint, right? So all of these topics we will cover up, and then we'll again build a project. Then we will learn all of these topics, and then we'll again build a project. So class by class, the classes will go, and then we'll build project by project, and then we will learn a little bit of Fabric as well. So these are the topics we will cover in Azure Data Engineering course, and this is the recommended for anyone who is starting in Azure, right? Now, suppose this Ramesh person who is new, right, having 2-3 years of experience, want to start with Azure Data Engineering, right? Then he can go with this particular course, right? But now suppose somebody says that, Abhishek, you are talking about this Databricks, right? And then I want to I want to learn big data processing, Hadoop. I am from Hadoop background, and then I want to learn that. So you can opt for a Databricks course as well. Over here, we have a Databricks course, right? Which is centered around Databricks and Spark, right? So that is what we'll focus over here. So here we will do 2 projects. We'll focus on Databricks and Spark in general, right? And then we will basically do 2 projects in that, right? We'll focus on Databricks Spark architecture, RDD, DB utils, Delta Lake, DevOps. We will do first project after that. Then we'll go to Databricks CLI, Spark UI, Unity Catalog, Medina architecture, Spark optimization, and then we'll do another project. And in this Databricks thing, we will do 2 projects, right? One is the Medina architecture project, and one is the normal like uh, traditional the project, right? So we will do this 2 project. First project is this, second project is this. These are the 2 projects we will be covering in this particular course curriculum. Okay. And Azure Data Engineering course, right? We will cover 3 projects as I told, right? we will cover like a data factory project, a Databricks project, and then a Synapse Analytics project. So these are the 3 projects we will cover in Databricks. Now suppose Ramesh says that, Abhishek, why you divided all of this, and then I want to learn everything in a detailed manner, right? So in that course, you can go, in that case, you can opt for this course in which you learn everything in a detailed manner. You basically 2 months we will focus on Azure Data Engineering, and 2 months we'll focus on Databricks and Spark. And you will learn both of the things not parallelly, one by one. So first you learn data engineering, and then you learn Databricks and Spark, right? So anybody who is experienced, right, and who is basically 3-4 years of experience, 5 years of experience, should learn more. Reason being, when they want to switch, they need to get more package, or they need to basically switch accordingly, right? So you opt for this particular course in that case. Okay. Now let me summarize everything for you, right, so that it's clear for you. So this is a summary, right? In Azure Data Engineering, it will gain you 3 years of experience. We'll do 3 real-time projects, class by class. We will build project. We will basically implement the project, right? We will learn ADF, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, warehousing in detailed manner. We will do 3 projects. We'll learn data migration, full load, delta load, ADF. What is the benefit? You learn data migration, you learn full load, delta load. You'll do 1 project in ADF, 1 project in Databricks, 1 project in Synapse, and little bit of Fabric. You will gain 3 years of experience. You will learn from scratch. You will gain up to 15 to 20 LPA you can crack by doing this course, right? And then by Databricks and Spark as well, you will do like 2 to 3 projects, right? And then you will learn Databricks, you learn Spark, Unity Catalog, Marina architecture, you learn Databricks, Spark architecture, big data processing, Unity Catalog, Marina architecture. Who can do this? So for Databricks, as I explained, you know basics of SQL and Python, and salary you can expect 15 to 20 LPA. Now, if you say that, Abhishek, I want to learn everything because my expectation is more than 15, 20 LPA, or I want to learn everything anyways because I want to like grow my profile, right? So in that case, you can enroll for a combined course in which you learn about everything. ADF, Databricks, Synapse, warehousing, 6 project, 5 project, benefit, data migration, data processing. Anybody can do this, right? And you can expect salary more than 20 LPA in that course. Now, this is a summary about everything, right? In Azure Data Engineering, you cover 3 projects: ADF, Databricks, Synapse, warehousing, right? Data migration, data processing, full load, delta load. In Databricks, you can learn Databricks, you can learn Spark architecture, big data processing, Unity Catalog, Meridian architecture. You learn SQL, Python, right? You learn from scratch. So this is what we will be covering, right? Now, I hope you understood everything. Now coming to the last part of it, right? Which is basically, hey, Abhishek, I understood everything now. What is cloud? I understood, right? Cloud is basically, I will just say a few sentences so that it's very, very clear again to you. Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're accessing someone else's computer. Why Azure? Because it's basically heavily OpenAI, like ChatGPT, and then every company uses a Microsoft product, and then Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI. Then what is data engineering? Data engineering nothing but extract, transform, and load. What are the tools to focus on? ADF, Databricks, and SQL DB. Then coding is required or not? ADF coding is not required for SQL DB, and like for SQL and on Databricks coding is required, either SQL or Python. Now after that, like who can learn? Anybody can learn, right? So if you don't know coding, start with ADF. If you're new, start with ADF. If you know coding as well, then also you can start with ADF because it is a starting flat things, right? But if you really want to focus on data, like big data processing, you can learn Databricks as well. Now who can choose this? So suppose if you're experienced, you should learn everything. If you are 2-3 years of experience, you can either manage with Data Factory or you can manage with Databricks as well. Now coming to the last part of it, which is interview preparation. So now, like I basically give interview on day-to-day manner, and all of my students also are giving the interview on day-to-day manner. So how we will approach the interview is, I basically give the interview to understand what is happening in the market, right? And just try to note down everything, right? So here I just try to note down all the interview question of different companies and try to hand over this interview question to my students. And at the same time, my students are also giving interviews. So I get questions from them rather than getting questions from ChatGPT and all of those platforms. So this is basically like if you prepare those interview question itself, you can crack the interview rather because this interview is questions are prepared by me by appearing to many interviews. So this is how you can also help, right? So it's an end-to-end help in cracking the job by learning project, by doing project, implementing the project, writing the project in the resume, then understanding how to introduce the project in the like job, right? Because I will try to help you the introduction part of it as well, right? So project preparation, write the project in the resume building, technical challenges, introduce yourself, technical challenges faced your project, right? All everything will be covered so that you're fully prepared. So this is the summary about everything, guys, which we will be learning, right? Now I think I have covered now where to practice, right? So last question is where to practice. So we will practice everything in Azure Cloud environment. So Azure gives you 2 months, 1 month of free subscription where you can learn and practice, right? So here, this is the free subscription which I'm opening right now. And here you can practice for here you can see 200 credit 200 euros I got in Indian currency. You get 15,000 rupees so that you can practice in Azure environment 1 month for free. And after that, you can create another account and practice for another 1 month. Or if you want to, like, suppose the course will go for 4 months, right? If you can create 4 accounts and then practice for free. And if you want to, if you just say that Abhishek, I cannot like create account by account, I don't have 4 credit cards and all of that, you can also upgrade your account to pay as you go, in which the charges will be 1,000 to 1,500 rupees per month. And I will try to help you how to optimize the cost, how you can save your money and all of that. I will try to assist you with that. So here you will be practice everything. So let's try to go through the question. If all the questions are answered, scenario based question. Yeah, I will be giving you some scenario based question, interview question, and then projects. Everything is covered now. Now, if you have like any question, you can probably like, let me check the chat. If you have any question, I am from Power BI SQL Developer. Which part? SQL Developer, which part and what I need to focus on in Azure? You can focus on Azure Data Factory and also you can focus on Databricks, Ganesh. Snowflake is not a part of a combined course. No, Snowflake is not a part of a combined course because Snowflake is a data warehouse, and in Azure you have a data warehouse which is Synapse warehouse, right? So you don't need to learn Snowflake in that case. What about Azure Key Vault, Logic App, Data Flows, Azure Active Directory? Yeah, we will be covering. If you see the Azure Data Engineering course curriculum, if you see the Key Vault is covered, right? And somewhere Logic App is also covered, right? So we will be covering that. Azure Intra ID, I will give you some introduction for Azure Intra ID, but we will not learn Azure Intra ID because it's a part of Azure admin, right? Intra ID is a part of Azure admin, which is being used for authorization and authentication. We'll learn some intro of it, but we will not go into some details of it. So suppose over here, like when I will talk about Azure basics, there I will talk about Intra ID. Here you can see Azure Intra, I will cover a little bit. All right. If you have any question now, if you have any question, you can probably unmute yourself and also ask. I will take some couple of questions. All right, guys. If you have any question, you can probably unmute yourself and ask as well now.
I have one question here. I almost having 16 years of experience in IT. So I even worked with lastly with DevOps. I see a lot of there is no much DevOps even applying, but I'm not getting much calls. Okay. So I worked with data engineering not recently, but I worked with the Azure Data Factory. But Databricks is new for me, and I've even worked with SQL for some time, yeah, for almost 5 to 6 years before. So I don't know what to choose now. Okay, where I need to where I need to go for, whether I need to go with Azure DevOps or whether I need to go with Azure Data Factory. So
You have 16 years of experience in what domain? In which domain?
I basically started my career as a site-based developer. Then I moved into DBA for almost 6.8 years. For last almost around 7 years, I was working with Azure. In Azure, mostly we work with IIS and PaaS. Data, I can say around almost around 2 to 3 years only.
Okay. So you have some DevOps experience, right, in general?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay. So now like the data engineering, learning data engineering would be like useful for you, right? Reason being that as you said that people from DevOps background are also learning data engineering, because you can see that in the company, like you have one DevOps, you have more data engineers rather than having one, because in my company we have many data engineers, but we have one, two DevOps guy.
Okay, okay.
So it has like more openings, right? And whenever, so what people do nowadays, they hire a data engineer, and then if that data engineer has some sort of a DevOps skill set as well, he also stands out, because people don't want to invest another resource, money in another resource who is a DevOps guy. So that can help you. Many of the DevOps engineers learn data engineering and then try to stand out in that particular manner. So we have many students like Bharat, Prashant, these guys are DevOps engineer and try to learn data engineering and then try to switch. And you should go for a combined course rather, because you are a 16 years of experience guy. So you need to focus on both of the things like Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, because it will help you to switch accordingly.
Understand, understand. Okay. So even I see nowadays mostly like in India, okay, even I was getting calls, I was attending interviews almost 4 to 5 rounds. They're not even closing out the final stage, okay. I don't know why it's
Mhm,
like that, okay.
mhm.
Since
So
you're not in
like
India, I don't know.
what happens is, like
Yeah,
suppose it happens when you are trying to, like when you are experienced guy, right? So in that case, generally the people who are experienced, um, like 16 years of experience, will get an interview call, but your interview calls would be a bit, because it depends, right? So the more interview calls, so suppose fresher get a less interview call, then you are 2 to 3 years of experience guy, or 4 years of experience guy, you get more interview calls. Now when you have 6, 7, 8 years of 9 years or 10 years of experience guy, the interview calls again decreases, because
yeah.
your demand in terms of salary would be more, the roles are less, right? So those things are always there. And then, but if you try to learn, and then when you are applying regularly, then it is doable as well.
The main factor I was facing, right, mainly since I don't have much, I can able to answer, crack few of the things because I learning three questions and cracking the things. But if I go the real time scenarios, okay, there I was failing a little bit, okay, because real time scenarios, if I able to work, then only I can able to answer.
Mhm.
There is what I was failing, okay.
Mm. Yeah, so we will try to so suppose in the during the course curriculum, when we are building the projects, we will be learning the concept, and then I will give some scenarios as well to you, so
Mhm.
that you can practice it and then you be confident on those scenarios,
Okay,
so that you are in a better place to answer those questions.
okay, okay.
Okay, all right. Anybody has another question, guys? So we will be covering Spark, right? And then we will teach you basics of like Spark, and then Spark. So we will teach you Spark in detail. So somebody put up a question that, hey, Python and PySpark is necessary. So if you know SQL, right, then you can also learn Databricks, but sooner or later you need to learn Python, right? But it's not like without Python you cannot learn, right? Without Python you can learn Databricks and also Data Factory, that you can learn, right? It's not like prerequisite, because as I shown you that in Databricks you can write SQL code as well, because it's built on Spark can be written in SQL and also Python. But if you know Python, that gives you advantage. So what you can do, you can like start learning Data Factory, then slowly learn Python in the side. That is what you can do, and we have courses around that as well. So you can probably enroll and learn Python. But we will be teaching you Spark in detail in during the course curriculum. All right. Anybody has any question, guys, which I can answer?
Hello, this is Karthik again. So if you have any technical questions, you can please unmute yourself and you can ask, or else you can just drop the message as well. Anything is fine for us. Okay. And I said you about the offer, right? There is some special offer is available for you today, right? So yes, I'm helping for that. So the Azure course duration, Azure Data Engineering course duration is 2 months and the fee is 20,000 rupees. Okay. For the Azure Data Bricks also, the course price is same 20,000 rupees. If someone want to go for both the courses, then the course price is 25,000 rupees. Okay, both the courses, combined course, combo course. Okay, the combo course price is 35K. Okay, so but if someone want to enroll today, okay, so if someone want to enroll today, Azure Data Engineering course, you are just going to get it for 18,000 rupees. 18,000 rupees. And if you want to go with the Databricks, again, this course is also same. I can help you with just 18,000 rupees. Okay. So if you want to go with combo course, if you want to go with a combo course, I can help you with just 30K. Okay. So these are the discounts that we are offering today. So if you are interested to enroll for these programs, you can just like go for these prices. Okay. And so for registration process, you can just contact us on a website as well. Okay. So this is our website. You can just contact us on this number 8105296858, or you can also, we have a 2 registered WhatsApp numbers. One is on the name of Raj Cloud Technologies, and another one is in the name of Raj Informatica. Okay, so both the numbers are having a WhatsApp and calling availability as well. You can just contact us on these numbers for your registration. We accept all the payment modes: UPI, bank transfer, net banking, so debit cards, credit cards, and we also offer the international payments as well, like PayPal, okay, Remitly and TapTapSend. Like there are many applications is also available. So all these payment modes we accept from a different country payments as well. And so we are also providing a no cost EMI for Indian credit cards. For Indian credit cards, if you want to go for the EMI option also, yes, I can help you with the EMI option too. Okay, so you can go with a no cost EMI for 3 months. Okay, so if you are planning to pay a 3 months installment, yes, it is available for you using the Indian credit or debit cards, like whatever the cards you have. So if it is if the offer is available for your card, you can just get this one as well. That is like no cost EMI. You won't be charged anything, so we'll be paying the charges. Got it? And if you want to go with the UPI transaction, you can just use this number. You can make the payment and you can share the screenshot to us, so that we will start your registration process. Got it? And at the end of the program, we are going to provide you the complete job assistance as well. So we, the Raj Cloud Technologies, are in the market from the last 4.5 years, and we have a community of alumni community of like 8.5K members. Okay, so 8.5K members alumni community we have. So where these people are working in different companies, whenever they have some referrals, surely they'll be sharing with us, and we will be sharing with the current batch people. Okay, so this is how we'll help you for your like for your placements as well. And you don't need to worry about the placements, okay, because Azure is like one of the hottest technology right now. If you learn the skill properly, then definitely you'll get the opportunity. That's not a problem. Okay, any questions still, let me know. If you still have any questions, let me know. I can help you with that. And this will be the limited batch people will be there. There will be no, like, we don't accept like huge enrollments as well for every batch. We'll be going with some, we'll be going with a limited batch itself. So plan to enroll as early as possible so that you'll get the complete access as well. Okay. And there is a complimentary course available from our end. If you don't know the SQL also, don't worry about it. We will provide the complimentary course. You can see the complimentary course details as well here. Okay. The 15 hours of content will be given to you for free of cost. That 10 videos will be available in this. Okay. So these are the concepts. Whatever the 10 videos are available. So these are the concepts. Got it? So if everyone is clear with the info like what we shared now, can I get a clear word in the chat? If you have cleared all your doubts, if you still have any questions, you can ask me. If you are cleared with all the info what we have shared till now, can I get a clear word in chat? Can I get a clear word in chat? Thank you, Tarun. Still any? Thank you, Balaji. So if you haven't shared your name and WhatsApp number yet, you can please share your name and WhatsApp number to get today's session recording as well. Yeah, Rajeshwari garu, like you can start with the data engineering part first. Okay, start with the data engineering part. So you can easily learn this data engineering part. Okay, so whatever the 4 years of experience you're having right now, at least you can showcase a 2 to 3 years of experience relevant into Azure, and you can easily get a job in Azure data engineering side. Okay, even after learning the first part, if you are good enough and if you are ready to go with the second part as well, then you can plan for the second part also. No need to worry about it. I can see someone with the name VM. So may I know like what details you require, please? Yeah, syllabus. Tarun, we are asking about the syllabus, right? Let me drop the. I'll just drop you the PDF. You can check out payment and syllabus details. Yes, the payment details UPI is fine for you. I just shared you the UPI details here. So this is Azure Data Engineering content. I just dropped the Azure Data Engineering course curriculum and Databricks one also I just dropped you. Yeah. Both the course curriculums I have just like shared you over chat. If you want, you can download. And VM, like you are good with the UPI details or still you need any more details, let me know please. Still any questions from anyone? Yeah, you're welcome. So as I have shared the payment details, right? You can make the payment here and you can update us, or else you can contact us on these numbers. This is our calling and WhatsApp numbers, okay? 8105296858. If you have any questions, we will be available from morning 8 a.m. to night 11 p.m. We will be available for you. Okay, so for any registration, for any assistance, okay, you can just like give a call or message on this number. We'll be available for you. Got it? Before ending the session, okay, to get today's session recording and material, okay, so sorry, recording and the WhatsApp group link, please drop your name and WhatsApp number if you haven't shared yet. Okay, and subscribe to our YouTube channel also, so that you'll get all the video updates as well. And today's session also we are going to upload in the YouTube channel. From here you can get it. Tomorrow morning it will be uploaded. Okay, by tomorrow morning after 18s and everything, the video will be uploaded to the YouTube and you can access from here. Got it? Still any questions from anyone? Any questions from anyone? Okay, I'll be waiting for 1 more minute. If you have any questions, you can post. Or you can unmute and you can ask. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining session today. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.